anybody who's watching this, this is part of Maze Week. We had the other game, which is a straight up 3D maze game called Way Out. This is a game that might be debatably considered a maze game, but I'm throwing Pac-Man type games, and this fits into this category. This game starts out with an open area, but it will narrow down and become very maze-like. It's Mr. TNT. We're going to, not Mr. T, Mr. TNT. We're going to fire it up. I'm going to discuss a little bit of the difference I noticed between this and the arcade version. I never played the arcade version, but then when I was running MAME, for example, I noticed, or no, I wasn't doing MAME, but I noticed other people were. And when I did it, it's just I noticed there were some differences, which I'll explain in a bit in here. The scoring for the dynamite things that you run into and other stuff are different. And I'm hoping this goes okay. It's not responding now. Dagnabbit. Please behave yourself, will you? There it goes. And now we're going to scroll up. Good. Let's get that going. I'm going to check and see the screen, make sure I get everything going okay here. And it looks like it's loading. So we're running that now, and there is the launch screen. So let's begin to do this here. I'm running this in Mozilla Firefox. I discovered the F1 key in Chrome doesn't work right. Anyhow, let's begin the game, and we'll start it. I'm going to just do a basic level 1. Okay, come on. Hit F1 to start it. It's running a bit slow. Okay, Mr. TNT, come on, run for me, please. Anyhow, I'm going to go into a bit of the differences you see here. What you will notice here about this game is that, for one thing, the game ends when all the fuses run out. That's one thing it does. Another thing that happens is that the point level of the dynamite's different. And I don't know why this isn't running. Oh, come on, run for me, will you please? I apologize for this here. I don't know why it's not behaving itself. Let's launch it again, okay? We're going to do it one more time. Apologize for this. I want to go across it here. I mean, you might consider this debatably a maze game. But again, as I said, we're going for a Pac-Man type game here. And this is a game that few people know of. So I'm hoping this works okay. Otherwise, my maze week's going to be off. Okay, here we go. Now we're loading. Maybe I got to hit the fire button to start this thing. Doesn't do F1 to start. But anyhow, here we go. And one game pad detected. And here we go. I think I hit start button, fire button. I did. So what you do here is you see these little things you have there on the screen, those little plus symbols. And on top, you have fuses. They're going to start chasing after me as soon as it goes. You get 1,000 points for running these over, and we go up. It's running slower than it normally would. I thought it'd run faster, but okay. Anyhow, that'll help me out because my reflexes as time goes on aren't as fast as it could be. It does run faster. You'll get a link below if you want to play this game on Internet Archives. That's good. And then what you do here is these fuses are going to go about. I'm getting disappointed. It's running a little bit pokey, but we'll see what's happening. I killed my 1,000-pointer, and I got wiped out. The thing that happens here is this game will reset itself. The level resets itself, unfortunately. All the things I had, which would make sense because this thing, as you see here, you have an open maze. This is a surprisingly good game. I mean, nobody's really ever heard of it. The arcade game fell between the cracks, and it's by just some minor arcade maker back in the day. Thing is, if I went right, I would hit a dead end, and that's another way I can die. And the music is very mild. This makes like an alarm sound. It goes, it makes a humming type noise. And you have a very short intro jingle type song. So let's go and see. I ran into a dead end there. So anyhow, that happened. So yes, this will run faster. I'm definitely click on the link and do it if you can get the sound. I am running this on the Atari 8-bit computer. So let me see if I can actually get past this level and show it. Another thing happened, these dynamite things that we have here that I'm getting, those dynamite things to the right, these things that I'm getting, those also change on a level in the arcade version. I believe they're the same here. So again, it's like a re-implementation of it. I plan on also, if you're planning on watching, I am going to do ports of the Atari 8-bit computer. I will also get to other platforms. I want to get through a bunch of Atari 8-bit stuff. It's kind of my way of cheerleading. And yes, these run a bit slow. Okay, let me go up, go down. Those fuses are there. See, another thing that happens, because in the other arcade game, is the levels would end, and let's get the last of them. It gives you a different sort of challenge here. The spirit's the same of the game, but you know what I'm going to do? Let me cut them off and survive, and that way they'll do the board. Yeah, there's some strategic calculations you have to do here regarding this, with these sparks, for example, that you see. That by cutting it off right, you can get a bigger board, because if I go there, watch my score, each time I go over an intersection, it's like a Pac-Man power pellet. I'm just going to sit here and let these fuses burn out. I have 2 fuses together over on the lower left-hand side. You'll see that. And they will burn out, and then once they burn out, the level's over because all the fuses are burned. I think my character is just a barrel of dynamite, and it's going to go up here. He's going to try to get me. So, I want to go over there and get you. Can't see things. Simple AI code. That's a challenge. It's kind of like the game Amateur. I mean, in regards to Amateur, they had simple patterns. That's why it's a little bit more complicated than that. Oh, wow. Yeah, this thing here, it's going to do that, and I'm actually going to sit around for a while, which I think the reason why the other arcade game do it, because of the arcade version, you don't want to be sitting around like this here. Let me get another 10 points, and we'll see what's going to happen. I have a feeling it's going to go down. No, it goes right. These fuses will burn out, and now it goes, all fuses burnt out. So then we go to the next level. And this will start up. This is running slower with the emulator. This runs faster in the browser. As you see, the maze changed. The things that I'm trying to get to give me points don't change. I think I only get 10 points per intersection. We'll double check that there. And there's usually playing music that'll start. Okay, 20, 30, 40, and let's go to the right. Yep, they're only 1,000. The points of these items apparently don't go up. Unlike other maze games, there isn't anything in the middle here. If you notice now, we have 5 fuses. There were 4 last round. That's similar to what you have in the arcade. That thing ate my 1,000-point thing, and I need to be careful. Another thing is these just keep going, and it'll run out. I had this as a cartridge. This was back in the day. I will be showing a maze game that was the first cartridge one. I look to do some shooter stuff this week also. Anyhow, just doing this to show the contrast and scope. This is a game almost nobody's ever seen, and I like it, which is a reason for myself doing it. Let me see if I can cut these guys off. Do some other games here. I'm not going to do Pac-Man on the Atari computer. I'm going to save that for a port week. I'm actually going to look at ports of different things just here. Arcade adaptations brought home, which the Atari was noted for. Besides their own stuff like Asteroids, they had that. And actually, that might be a good thing to boot up also. Anyhow, fuses burn out. I'm going to probably do one more level here. I managed to get the hooks in this. So anyhow, this runs a little bit slower than it would normally. And again, I'm not doing sound here. The reason why no sound is because of that. Again, a fuse is burnt out. If you're playing a regular version, it would end up giving you sound. Okay, let's do one more level. I'm going to end up dying here and just kick out of this here. So again, we're back to 4 fuses. Apparently that was a limit. I know there was more in the arcade version, but here we go. We're to a different screen here. And I think they run faster, but these guys aren't going. See a little bit of kicks in this, just a tiny bit as far as covering areas, but those fuses get to be annoying. They'll chase you down, and if you're not careful, you'll run into things and hit the dead ends, which are another annoyance. And I better get out of here. I'm about ready to get clobbered. Okay, we go up, and we do this. There were a number of games in the arcades way back when that nobody ever saw. Good games in their own right. I consider this one of them. Home version being a little bit different, but this is one you still... Okay. Let's see what we can do here to cut things off. Oh, I did that. I got to do something else here or I'm going to run into trouble. Let me cut this guy off. Okay. I just cut myself off. And those fuses burn out. I didn't get the bonus item. Again, the arcade version, you get the lower items down here in the corner. Anyhow. You know what I said I was going to bail out of this? I am going to bail out of this. Again, you have a different level, 4 fuses. And it goes on from here. There might have been some other difficulty levels, but anyhow, you know what? I'm just gonna call it here. I got some other things we're gonna do. We're just gonna go through. Want to show this game kind of fits in the category maze games, but we'll just put it here. Again, this is Mr. TNT. Look, not Mr. T, Mr. TNT. Look for the link below. Feel free to do this. It was also, I believe, on the Commodore platform. Found some one video. There's other people that happen to like it also, but anyhow, okay, I'm out of here, and I do want to thank you for watching, and may your die always roll 5.